Welcome to Master 2255 English Phrasal Verbs, complete course with 150 categories for fluency. This course is your complete guide to mastering every essential phrasal verb you need to sound fluent, confident, and natural in English. Today, we're diving into an essential topic for every English learner: nature and environment. Must-know phrasal verbs for conservation. These phrasal verbs will help you discuss nature, climate change, and the environment like a native speaker. Let's get started. First, we have dry up. This phrasal verb means that water, a river, or a source of moisture completely disappears. For example, during the summer, many small rivers dry up, or if we don't get rain soon, the crops will dry up. Next is blow away. This means to be carried away by the wind or to be impressed. For instance, the strong winds blew away the leaf from the garden. Or her performance was so good, it completely blew me away. Now let's talk about wash away. This means for water to carry something away. For example, the flood washed away the bridge, or years of soil erosion washed away the fertile land. Our next phrasal verb is break down. In the context of nature, it means for materials or substances to decompose or be reduced into smaller parts. For instance, biodegradable plastics break down naturally in the environment, or over time, organic waste breaks down into compost. Next is grow up. While this phrase is often used for people, it can also refer to plants or trees developing from seeds into full-grown plants. For example, it's amazing to see how fast these sunflowers grow up, or after the fire, new trees began to grow up in the forest. Then we have die out. This phrasal verb refers to species becoming extinct or a tradition coming to an end. For example, many animal species are at risk of dying out due to climate change, or certain languages are dying out as fewer people speak them. Now let's discuss cut down. This means to chop or reduce the number of trees. For instance, many rainforests are being cut down to make room for farmland, or we should cut down on paper usage to protect the environment. Up next is warm up. This has a literal meaning of something getting hotter or a change in weather. For example, it usually warms up in the spring, or global warming is causing the planet to warm up at a dangerous rate. Next, we have cool down. This is the opposite of warm up. It means to reduce heat or become colder. For instance, after the storm, the temperature cooled down, or in the evening, the weather cools down, making it comfortable to walk outside. Then there's blow down. This means for something, usually a tree or structure, to fall because of strong winds. For example, the hurricane blew down dozens of trees in the park, or several power lines were blown down during the storm. Next up is flood out. This refers to being forced to leave a place because of flooding. For example, the residents were flooded out of their homes after the river overflowed, or the entire village was flooded out after the dam broke. Then we have freeze over. This means when water or a surface becomes solid ice. For example, during the winter, the lake freezes over, and people go ice skating, or be careful. The road is frozen over, and it's very slippery. Next is rain down. This means for something, usually rain or objects, to fall from the sky. For example, debris rained down after the volcano erupted, or the meteor shower looked like stars raining down from the sky. Another useful phrasal verb is melt away. This means for something solid like ice to turn into liquid. For example, the snow began to melt away as the sun came out, or the glaciers are melting away due to rising temperatures. And finally, we have sprout up. This means for plants, flowers, or something new to grow suddenly or appear unexpectedly. For instance, after the rain, wildflowers sprouted up all over the field, or new coffee shops are sprouting up in every corner of the city. These phrasal verbs are essential for talking about nature, conservation, and environmental issues. Practice them in your daily conversations, and you'll be able to speak fluently about one of the most important topics of our time. See you in the next lesson.